Hi, I'm Mrs. Jones. I'm one of the physics teachers at Rawlins, and I'm going to talk to you about what you get if you choose to study A-level physics at Rawlins. So, in the first year, you're going to learn all about the fundamental ideas of physics, why and how things move, how objects behave in fluids, how materials are used, and really, how electricity honestly truly works. In the second year, you'll apply those fundamental ideas to some exciting contexts: particle accelerators, space, radiotherapies, radio dating, archaeology, so many different ways in which this physics can be applied. So in the first year, we do Edexcel physics. So in the first year, you'll learn about materials and DC electricity in the first half of the year. So materials is the stuff that you learned before about Hooke's law, but also fluid dynamics and how materials move through fluids. DC electricity, so it's electrical currents, etc. Mechanics, so that's forces and waves and energy, and then waves. In the second year, you'll learn about further mechanics, so that is circular motion, simple harmonic motion, electric and magnetic fields, which allows us to explore detailed parts of particle physics and nuclear physics, and then gravitational fields and cosmology, so space and how the universe came to be. We'll assess you regularly, and that's because we want to understand what your areas for development are, any misconceptions you have, and obviously to provide stretch and challenge to make sure that you are making the most progress possible for you. So you'll be assessed with end of topic tests, mid-term tests, which is every half term, end of term, which are 80 marks, synoptics, that includes everything that you've learned from the start of the course basically, and required reading. So this course is for you if you have good math skills, if you're good with rearranging equations, if you're good with graph skills. It's for you if you are a natural problem solver, if you enjoy taking something and breaking it down into the smallest possible pieces to figure out how it works, then A-level physics is definitely for you. You also need to actually like GCSE physics. You will need to do A-level physics if you wanted to have certain career choices, like obviously physics or engineering, but it is so useful for lots of different courses: finance, medicine, computer science, etc. Basically, an A-level in physics won't limit your choices at all. So it is got so many different transferable skills that means that you will actually be in a really good position if you take A-level physics when you're applying for university. So we have some expectations in the physics department. The first is that you have a can-do attitude during lesson and that you complete all your work to the best of your ability. You complete your homework to an excellent standard, and we expect you to do at least 5 hours of learning outside school per week, to include homework, which would be a directed part of that, practice exam questions, which would be on you to choose to do, reading around the subject, required reading, and keeping on top of latest developments, news sites, blogs, YouTube channels, etc. And one of the most important expectations we have of you is if you're stuck and you've exhausted every avenue available to you and done your very, very best, ask for help. Don't struggle alone. There is no way we would ever turn you down. Your A-level physics teachers at Rawlins really do care about you, and we do want you to do fantastically. So we have lots of enrichment opportunities because having the knowledge in itself is great, but what does it actually mean? So in alternate years, we go to CERN, to the Large Hadron Collider in the Antimatter Factory in Geneva. Then there's a Brussels trip to the European Space Agency and an Audi factory. Both of these are 3-day residentials. They're very, very good value, and they're fantastic at understanding the physics around us. We also have a trip at the end of year 12 to Nottingham Trent Uni about physics at university and where it goes from there. And then the University of Nottingham, we can go and see the MRI and a couple of other lectures that they allow us to do. We've also had some external visitors. We had a physicist come from CERN and explain his work at the Antimatter Factory. We had an automotive engineer come and explain her work on engines of planes. And we've had a couple of conversations with cosmologists about space. So at Rawlins, there are so many opportunities for you to do amazingly well at A-level physics and to understand its position in the world around you. So I'd love to see you there. Thanks. Bye.